Hello there everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Joesephyr and I'm about to do my pulls for Aranea LD and Emperor's Burst. This is my last chance to get Emperor's Burst and I haven't decided yet whether if I get Aranea LD early or if I even stop pulling on Aranea altogether and just go back for Eald'narche. But we've got free pulls that we've got to make, we've got to do stuff with this one before we consider going on to doing either of those things. So we're going to do the free pulls and probably a few ticket pulls on Aranea before I decide whether I'm going to continue to go for Aranea or Eald'narche to try and get Emperor's Burst, because the game has hated me recently and we'll just have to see how it goes. But before we get started, obviously, I do shout out one of my patrons over on Patreon, and today that person is going to be Tyro, who has been on my Patreon for quite a while now, so massive thank you goes out to you. Thank you very much for the donation there, Winged Paragon. Good luck for the BT. I mean, here's hoping. Here's hoping. So,
good luck for the BT.
Thank you very, very much. Guess, well, we'll preload first, because I do try to do that first to at least give a bit of surprise. I already have Aranea's full kit. I do actually have both of the EXs, I just haven't bothered with Promptos, because I'm just not really bothered by Prompto. If I get the LD, great, but let's face facts, it's not the prize I'm looking for here. So we're just going to have to hope and pray. So first things first, free daily draw. I mean, it's a gold weapon, I guess. It's a power stone. Blue orb. Oh dear. Thank you very much for the resub there, I am the captain. Gonna do some tickets here, I think. My poor ticket stash, like, everything I've spent, everything I've earned from Ramu has got me nothing. Because I've pulled for, I pitied Aerith, and all of the tickets I've used has gotten me nothing. An Aranea 35, it's like, sure. Right, guess we're gonna go, we'll go in with 5 tickets to begin with, and then we'll use the 10s to see how we go. There's a gold orb. That's Aranea's EX. This is flashbacks of Eald'narche. I have 5 copies of Eald'narche's EX and not his LD. Okay, we're going into the 10s. Blue orb. Blue orb. Blue orb. Lots of REM stuff. I think I'm willing to spend 100, and then that's just going to have to be it. I'll have to token Emperor's Burst and then be done with it. $20 more. Gold. If it can give me Aranea's LD at least that's some sort of a win. It's not a character I particularly care about, but it's a win.
Morning, Jim. Good luck.
Nope, Rem's EX.
Got me Aranea's full kitty to Emperor Burst suits.
And Aranea's EX again. Oh my god. Well, I'm glad that you got some luck there, Nathan Med, but... oh dear me. I mean, I can't expect to get everything in 100 tickets, and I don't. But I would like a win somewhere. Because it's been, like, I've not had a lot for a while. I've got to just sell things, haven't I? Oh, crikey. Well, we'll have to come back to that in just a moment. To be fair, I'm only going in one more time anyway. Thank you very much for the sub there, Big Tatsu. So it's one last pull then. One last pull. Actually, no, I don't. I want them. I want the stuff. I mean, this is gold again. That's something. That's something. That's good. That's a win. That's something. 100 tickets for Aranea's LD. I'm happy with that. That's good enough for me. Certainly for now. I might consider going back in to I might consider going back in for Eald'narche's banner for another shot at Emperor's Burst, but for the time being, I'm going to tackle Aranea's event with her. So, it's something. Like, I was never that fussed by Aranea, but I'll take it. A win's a win. So, if you're watching this over on YouTube, thank you very much for joining me, and I will be back momentarily for Aranea's Lufenia, and it looks like I will be using her, so at least I've got something out of this, if not Emperor. Thank you very much, and I will see you guys shortly. Take care. Hello there, YouTube. Welcome back. I'm just about to take on Aranea's Lufenia mission. Sadly, we did not get the Emperor's Burst, even though I tried some more on Eald'narche's banner. Tried 60 tickets and even a cheeky 5k pull. No LD, no burst, no nothing. Unfortunately, but we do have Aranea's LD, so we're going to use that instead. So I'm taking Cloud with his burst and Gobranth and Aranea because I want like a rebreak delay team as best I can get it. And then I'm taking an Emperor friend to make the most of it. It is not 14th attempt, don't be rude. You guys are mean. Or take 7. Thank you very much for the follow there, Grimman TV. So I'm gonna, so that they use their buffs, their debuffs properly, I'm actually just not gonna use like Blade Beam straight away. Actually gonna use Cross Slash because there's no reason for me to use anything else really. And then Circle of Judgment. And I'm actually going to use HP Plus here. Oh, they're both in the targeting area now. I'm actually going to use Bravery Plus, because then I've got Overclock so that I can use it on her other stuff. There's Phalanx. Right, we're fine now. So we just got to get rid of that now. Soul Flare. Didn't break, that's cool. Broke a branch, but that's fine. So now I just need to do, now that they've done that, so Blade Beam, I need to Vital Crusher as well. Hopefully they'll take some crit damage from this, so that'll be handy. So Blade Beam. There you go, crit damage, fine, all good now. High Wind, because I've still got a turn of that. Although, because I used that Brave Plus at the start... Oh no, she got Overclock. She replaced it, it's fine. So we can Vermilion Assault and that'll be fine now. Get the niceness. And then we can Innocence now. Because we've got the buffs for it. And then Aerial Drive, I think, is probably going to be a wise move so that I can start taking advantage of everything as best as I can. Yeah, I think that's going to be the way to go. So Aerial Drive. And then obviously Launch. It's one of the easier Lufenias if you've got the right characters for it. Like, you can, because it's one that you can abuse. High Wind. Get that Vital Crusher debuff on. Hi there, Ardrum, how are you? Well, 5.5's been updated. I'll have to have a look at that later. I want to say Guilt here. Meteor range should be alright actually, because I don't really want to like use all of my delays straight away. Air superiority, yeah, because I'll want that debuff back. Oh, we're going to want some delay here, though, I think. So, Dragoon Dive over on A. Quickening over on B. Not doing as much damage as I'd like it to, so I might have to use, yeah. It's like, oh yeah, Cloud has an EX. I've got 2 turns of that still. You don't have Vital Crusher, so let's put that on you. And then high boost Lance, I reckon. Yeah, high boost Lance. Don't need to take the piss. Blade Beam. Yeah, Blade Beam. EX++ when? But I don't have their frame turns now, so that's a thing. Guilt, for sure. I'll want to apply Jack at some point. Dragoon Dive. Launch. Definitely want that launch. It doesn't matter which one. No, I know. They're doing. They are doing something to EX. We don't know if it's EX++, but we know that they're doing something to it. Right. I think now is a good time for me to start using the Jack calls. So let's do that. I love Gabran's animations as well. They're really cool. Might as well use Ninja Slice as well, get that built up. And then Circle of Judgment, get the battery off, I guess. Yeah. I mean, I don't mind air superiority not having overclock. I think that's fine. Gonna give it to me anyway. Ooh, that's an awkward one. Oh, I could just Purification and get rid of it that way, actually. Yeah, that works. Because then I get the damage on it. And then that way I can use Dragoon Dive, High Wind or Dragoon Dive. They've got everything I need them to have now, so I think Dragoon Dive is actually going to be the way to go here. And then I could Blade Beam again? But I don't really... Well, I could Blade Beam again. Actually, I can Blade Beam again, because if I just burn through everything Cloud's got and then burst, that'll probably be alright. So yeah, I think we're just going to burn through them. Quickening. I mean, hopefully this will do some actual damage now. Because you've used everything else, haven't you? So yeah. They're taking a lot more bravery damage now, because of... it's better. Because of Hope and Jack being on there. It's better. High Wind over here. And then we're going to need to Vermilion Assault after that. Yeah, we'll get that set back up. Launch, obviously. Doesn't really matter which one, they're both on perfectly even health. Bravery attacks. I still think Aranea's HP plus is really good. I still think it's genuinely very powerful. Guilt, I think? Or have you, because you've still got your Prince's Keeper. Yeah, you don't need to use that again. So Guilt. Then you've got... Oh yeah, you're fine to do that. So Air Superior... Oh, you've got free skill uses. You've still got a turn of high-speed maneuvers. So then in that case, Dragoon Dive and then Air Superiority. Which, yeah, that should be fine. And then Air Superiority should re-break that one. And then Cloud I'll probably use Burst on now. So Circle. So Crit Crush. Just to get the attack buff. Yeah, the Emperor Friend probably not going to be very helpful at this point. Because, yeah, I would like... We'll just have to try and live without it. Or no, it's not too bad actually. You just use Hellish Gale every turn, you'll still get the traps. It's fine. It's not actually that bad. Meteor Rain to reapply. Blade Beam. Finishing Touch. Yeah, you can still use the Emperor, but Friend, even with the beat debuffs there, you just burst and then LD, LD, LD. It's actually fine. Cross Slash. Should have Blade Beam first, really, but I just wanted to make sure that I had the Marco buff up. Finishing Touch. And then Burst Attack. And this should help Gabrant's damage out quite a lot as well. Well, they're under 50% now, so they'll get that back. Still not bad damage, considering there's no Kais or anything. Because Cloud's so slow as well, like, his effect's going to last for ages. Oh, I actually don't think I want to use that straight away, so I'm going to High Wind. Oh, no, yeah, I do. I do want to use that. It's just annoying that I'll only get Gabranth on the launch, so High Wind. Dragoon Dive. And then Circle, I think? No, Guilt. Guilt. Might as well just keep the delay going. Yeah, see, that damage is much better now. You've still got a turn of high speed, but if I High Wind, then I can use Air Superiority again, so let's do that. Then I get the re-break on that. Oh, their turn order swapped over, that's annoying. I think I'm just going to Finishing Touch here, actually. Regular Finishing Touch over on A. Get that damage down. Ooh. Could just high boost Lance because I'm going to get the damage off of that anyway, and then Dragoon Dive A, and then that's going to push that back. Yeah, that'll be fine. Get a consecutive turn, which is lovely, and then we Dragoon Dive over here. Push those turns back, and then quicken over on B, and hopefully this will do more damage because of Cloud's Burst now. That's better. That's much better. Much better. And then I'm gonna Blade Beam. I'll run out of Blade Beams, but then I could just switch to Emperor. And I've still got a summon left as well. So, yeah, I still think it's the best thing for me to do right now. And then Guilt. Or I could Innocence, actually. I haven't used an Innocence in a while, so let's make the most of that. Because that breaks them both as well. Oh, I've run out of High Winds. Can't be doing with that, so we'll set Overclock then in that case. What's that you're missing? Oh, you still got high-tech maneuvers. Now we'll just High Wind it. It'll be fine. Then high boost Lance, I guess. Or Dragoon Dive, actually, because then I get his superiority the following turn, so that I can get that back, and then I can Vermilion Assault so I get free skills, so that should be okay. Aranea is the one getting switched out for Emperor anyway, so that's actually fine. Finishing touch. Oh, circle, I think. Get the most of that launch if we can. Air superiority, and then switch to Emperor, use the burst, then summon with Gabranth is the plan. Emperor. Oh, this is going to make me really sad. At least I kind of get to... With a sunflower! And then, so I think what I'm going to do is... Protect All does do raised attack, so yeah, I think I'll do that. And then... What buffs have you still got on? Oh, you've still got Hope's buffs? Really? Wow. So then summon here. And then Circle of Judgment all day long for battery. Sadly, Cloud's going to run out of his buff, but that's okay. They might sneak a turn in. They might. But if I start spamming with Gabranth now, it might not be so bad. So I'm going to Hellish Gale B. Because then I still get the trap. I mean, that's a big damage. What do you guys think? If you're watching this on YouTube, sound off in the comments. Should I token Emperor or not? Even though I've only just tokened Varn because I had to stop my tokens from disappearing. That's because I had them in my inbox. They don't normally do that. So we're going to quickening. We're quickening B. That makes sense. And then Hellish Gale again. Yeah, this is over. This is very over. Because I'm just going to Innocence again on the next turn. Finishing touch. That one's dead. Well, it should be, anyway. Yeah, that one's down. If you enrage, it really doesn't matter. Innocence. Because then I get the full break. I get the full launch as well. Because while I don't necessarily agree with the whole favourites over meta thing as a black and white statement, it's very hard to not want to spend my burst tokens on Emperor. It's very hard not to. But that was nice and easy. If Cloud had been Emperor, I would have been even happier, but it's not. It's Cloud. Cloud has gotten some mileage from me since his rework, I must say. I must say, he's definitely gotten some mileage out of it. But there's the party. As you can see, like, you know, I don't have perfect artifacts. I never have perfect artifacts because I can never be bothered to farm them until they're perfect. But yeah, that's going to be it from today's video. I hope that you've enjoyed it. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and click the bell for notifications of any future videos I might be making. And that's going to be it from me. So thank you very much, and I'll see you later. Take care.